Hey guys, once again welcome back to my channel मिष्टी बातें. So this is again day 1 Boston. जैसा मैंने आपसे प्रॉमिस किया था मेरे लास्ट वीडियो में कि ये वीडियो होगा साइट सीइंग बॉस्टन ऑन हॉप ऑन ऑफ बस. Yes, so let's begin the tour. Yay!
All the way at the end here, we have a golden tea kettle hanging out of a Starbucks coffee. Well, that's interesting. That golden tea kettle was placed there in 1873 as an advertisement for the Oriental Tea Shop that was right on that corner. And in 1875, they held a contest for folks to guess how many gallons of water could fit inside the tea kettle. Those of you who have been on the tour before and know the answer, you stay quiet back there, okay? 27 gallons. A bit less than 1,000, but a bit more than 50. On our left now, we have the King's Chapel Burying Ground. This burying ground was established in 1630. On our left now, at this corner, this is the Omni Parker House. This is the oldest continually operating hotel in the country and the home of the Boston cream pie. Ooh. Obviously many famous people stayed there, but a couple of famous folks actually worked at the Omni Parker House as well. Such as many notable people from the Revolution are buried at Granary Burial Ground, such as Paul Revere, Samuel Adams, and John Hancock, to name a few. You can see a monument in the middle that says Franklin on it. That is actually dedicated to Benjamin Franklin's parents, who are buried here. Benjamin Franklin is not buried in Boston. He instead is buried over in Philadelphia. We only have his parents. It says 5 foot. Quickly, the last stop is in Charlestown, but most people only make it to like the bridge before them. And on the right-hand side, this is the oldest public park in the country. It was established in 1634. And originally, this is where our militiamen would train. This is also where the British troops set up an encampment for a short while before they began their invasion of Lexington and Concord. A bit more recently, Martin Luther King Jr. used to hold speeches on the Common, and Pope John Paul II held a mass here for 400,000 people. We are now pulling into our stop number 3 for the Boston Common. Of course, fantastic for the Commons itself, as well as those graveyards we were taking a look at. Once again, this is stop 3 for the Boston Common. This is called the Embrace, and it was unveiled in 2022. It is inspired by a photo of Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King sharing an embrace after he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. Now, folks, we are now driving EA. If you've ever heard of it, you might think it was written by the Kingston Trio, but they in fact just covered the song. Now, this song was written in 1949 for a local mayoral candidate, and it was meant to protest the subway fare hike, which was going from 5 cents all the way up to 10 cents, which is crazy. And side, we have the New England Law School of Boston. This law school was established in 1908 as an all-women's law school. Heck yeah! They did not take their first class of gentlemen suitors until 19... And a lot of the buildings in this area are owned and operated by Emerson College, which is just one of over 25 colleges and universities in the city of Boston, and 64 colleges and universities in the greater metropolitan area. Oh, that's right, folks. We have all of that education, and we still drive like idiots. On our left-hand side now, we have the Boston Public Garden. This is the oldest public botanical garden in the country, having been established in 1837. Inside of the garden, you will see a lagoon, and inside of the lagoon, you will find our famous Romeo and Juliet. Aww. Once again, stop number 5 for Cheers coming up in just a moment. This pub was the face of the bar from the TV show Cheers. The league team did have a name. They were called the Nationals. We're not very creative. Eventually the Nationals changed their name to the Braves, and in 1907, the Braves decided to trade out their iconic red socks for blue ones. December of that year, the owner of the American team noticed that the other team had right. The street around the corner here, just beyond this white flag, is Newbury Street. Newbury Street is one of the most popular shopping districts in Boston. Lots of high-end stores on either side. Those of you in the front, if you look to the right, center of all that high fashion. There's also a store called Anime Zaga, which is dedicated entirely to Eastern anime culture. And directly across the street from it, we have a store dedicated to Sanrio, which is Hello Kitty. Lots of fun stuff over that way. On our right now, we have the Park Square building. This building was built in 1922. It's 540,000 square feet. Weather is supposed to be. There's even a slogan that goes along with it. It goes, steady blue, clear view. Flashing blue, clouds are due. On our right here now, we have the adorable Trinity Church. The Trinity Church is an Episcopal church. It has about 4,000 families in its congregation. It was founded in 1733 and is currently under evaluation for becoming a Boston landmark. In just a moment now, folks, we're going to be pulling into our stop number 6. It's for a 24th stop ticket. This is where you will leave bus and board the shuttle to continue your tour. Designated a National Historic Landmark in 1970 for its architectural significance and declared one of the... Not to be outdone, of course, we have the Trinity Church again on our right-hand side here. This was built in the Richard and Romanesque style, which is indicated by its beautiful archways and intricate detailing. The first 6 floors are dedicated to small offices and retail spaces, and the remaining 19 floors are just regular old office spaces. Across the intersection on our right, you're going to see a beautiful white stone building. Relatively the same until the early 20th century, where the first floors were renovated into storefronts. So you can see this one is an example here. You got the storefront in the front, and then the house is... Some of the windows in these brownstone houses are tinted purple. All right? The reason that's so interesting is that's because those are the original windows from when these houses were built in the 1600s. Ooh. Beacon Hill, we are going to be approaching stop number 8. This stop is for the State House as well as the Boston Common and the Visitor Center. Once again, this is stop number 8 for the State House, the Boston Common, and the Visitor Center. If you're getting off at this stop, reminder that our buses run every 30 minutes until the last bus leaves the aquarium stop at 4 o'clock. Around here. Until 1962. When the city of Boston declared this area to be too corrupt. And so they took all of those. These are part of the JFK Federal Building. The building is composed of 3 different parts. We have these 2. The Boston Public Market was established in 2015. And inside you'll find vendors that sell exclusively items from New England. Coming up on our left, look at the Golden Dome at the top and the weather vane on top of that. What do we think that is up there here? As you can imagine, there's also a lot of banks and financial firms. This is because this is the financial district of Boston. On our left in the park is 11.5 square acres, and it is both beautiful and functional. As just beneath the park, there is inside the glass annex, you will see a Jumbotron television. Another fantastic spot for office workers to go and enjoy their lunches. The real plus side, though, is the Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy Greenway, which we now have on our left. It's a series of 6 public parks, each with something different to offer, and it was built after the highway was demolished. Archway here. On the other side, you would end up at Rose Wharf. And you could catch boats that will take you on lunch and dinner cruises right through there. Now in this section of the greenway on our left, if you peek through the trees, you'll see some long-standing pillars here. As we round this corner, we're going to be approaching the New England Aquarium. The New England Aquarium, if you have a 24-stop ticket, this is where you will be getting off and boarding the shuttle bus to continue the rest of your tour. Once again, we're going to be arriving at stop number 1.